So welcome to class, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on this Tuesday morning. Welcome. See that your shins are crossed right at the very center. And then take the backs of your thighs and spread them outwards and pull the flesh under the buttocks backwards. So there's a spreading and a descension of your sitting bones and your thigh bones. Bring your hands right onto your thighs and balance your body weight evenly on your two sitting bones. Descend the roots of your thighs downwards. And then to help get some length here through the sides of the trunk, bring your fingertips onto the blankets or the floor or whatever you're sitting on beside you. Have a bend of your elbows and then press the fingertips down and then grow taller or lift upwards through the sides of your trunk. Bring your outer shoulders back. And then see what happens if you turn your fingernails outwards. Turn your fingernails outwards. How you can get a little bit more turn of the inner upper arm to the outer upper arm. And you can roll the shoulders back. And what happens if you turn the fingernails all the way backwards? Turn the fingernails. And you might even feel now a broadening here of the top of the chest and the shoulder blades moving in to the back ribs. As you do that, make sure that your abdomen doesn't push forward. Keep lengthening up through the sides of your torso. Bring the crown of the head right over the tailbone. And then bring your hands to your heart center, but see if you can keep those shoulder blades moving into the back ribs. One shoulder blade might cooperate more than the other shoulder blade, the scapula. So as you lift your breastbone upwards, keep that broadness of the collarbones. The outer shoulders are back, the shoulder blades draw in. And then look straight forward, stabilize your consciousness, your attention here. Take a deeper inhalation into the space of your chest. And then exhale, close your eyes, remove any glasses, and just settle down from your morning. One of the main principles of yoga is called Vairagyam, which is learning to let go of attachments. So at the beginning of every practice, that's what we do. We let go of attachments to what we were doing before the class, and we let go of attachments to our phone, unless you're using your phone to see this class with, but you know what I mean, emails and texts and all that. We let go of outer activities, and we very consciously, with love and tenderness and self-care, give ourselves the gift of this practice of yoga, which is so much more than just physical. It helps us with our minds, it helps us with our moods, it helps us stay well during these challenging times. It helps us integrate, and it helps bring attention to deeper aspects of ourselves that sometimes we can overlook because we get so lost in our daily activities and the goings-on of life. We can sometimes forget about the deeper dimensions of ourselves. So like a beautiful bell, yoga practice is like a beautiful bell that rings and calls our attention inward. So draw your senses inwards, your eyes back, your ears in, your tongue down, soften the skin of your face, and let your breath be easy and smooth and soft. If you need energy, focus on your inhalations. If you need to relax more, focus on your exhalations. Let yourself be quiet. Rediscover the stillness inside yourself, that peace, that ananda, that blissful peace inside yourself. Then let yourself exhale, take a deeper inhalation, and join me for 3 ohms. your chest upwards, and then bow your head downwards. Reaffirm your inner commitment to be well in all ways and to allow this practice of yoga to help you with your inner commitment, your inner intention to be well. Release your hands down to your thighs with your palms upwards. Raise your head and slowly open up your eyes. Welcome again to class, everybody. So I mentioned two words there, two Sanskrit words, vairagyam, which is non-attachment, learning to let go of outer attachments, inner attachments, so that you can discover the ananda, which is the blissful peace inside yourself. But you can't discover that peace, that blissful peace inside yourself, if you're always attached to those outside things, or those thoughts, or those feelings. You have to kind of let go and then rediscover that blissful peace that's already there. So please switch the cross of your legs and then reach for your belt as well. And make a loop in your belt about as wide as your shoulders. So your shoulder cap to your shoulder cap, this wide. And then let's put the belt on our wrists. You can have the tail of the belt going to one side. Try not to have the buckle of your belt on your skin. And then push out into the belt with your outer wrist, like where sometimes you might wear a watch or a bracelet. And make sure that your shoulders are right over the hips. Don't let your shoulders go back behind the hips. And then as you push out into the belt, grow taller through the sides of the trunk. Keep your inner upper arms, your biceps lifting upwards, and then go all the way up. And push out into the belt and try to break it apart. And then just take a look upwards and see that your palms are still facing each other. Sometimes they have a sneaky way of changing. So the palms are facing each other. So descend your sitting bones down, descend the roots of your thighs down. And then as you inhale, grow taller through the sides of your trunk. Connect your arms to your side body and lift your side body higher. And then connect your fingers to your arms and grow all the way up past the fingers. Keep the back upper neck muscles moving down. And as you move your arms back, move your shoulder blades in. I'm still seeing some arms that are bent. So push out and squeeze the arms in. Lock the arms inwards. That's it. Good. And then bring your arms forward and down. That's it, and then release. So learning to straighten the arm is such an important aspect of yoga, Iyengar yoga, because even downward dog depends on your arms being straight. But eventually some of you will do handstand, and that also depends on your arms being straight. So bring your arms out to the sides. It's also great for any osteoporosis because it helps you press your muscles into the bones, so that your bones stay alive and active and strong. Once your muscles stop pressing into the bones say, well, I don't need to be here anymore. And they start to just lose their density. So turn your palms upwards and extend. And then see if you can get the same feeling that you just had with the belt. But now you don't have the belt, but you want your arms to be poker straight. That's it. So move the sitting bones down, move the roots of your thighs down, and then grow taller through the sides of your trunk. That's it. Connect your arms to your side body, grow taller. Connect your fingers to your arms. That's it. And then turn your palms outwards and bring your arms out to the sides and down. Very good. Okay, now keep the belts by you. And then just come off of stretch your legs outwards and come off of your blankets and turn your blankets this way. You can also use a block to sit on. So I'll show you the pose that I'm going to ask you to do. The pose that I want you to do is Virasana Post. So you can sit on the front edge of your blankets with your feet outside the blanket, or the feet, outside the blankets. Move the calf muscles back, and you sit on your two blankets. Now, if that's not high enough for you, you can also add a block here, or you can even sit on a block. You can add a block on top of the blankets, or you can just sit on a block without the blankets. So you can see, but this is called Virasana Post. And if by chance this is no good for someone, Please switch the cross of your legs and do the cross-legged position again. Otherwise, you can also just sit in a chair. You can sit on the front edge of a chair and you can do it there, because we're just going to sit in this position called Virasana, and we're going to do some shoulder opening poses. So make sure that just your sitting bones are on the block or on the blankets, and the blankets are right in between the feet. Make sure that your toes are going straight backwards. If you're sitting on a block, you might want to have a second block behind you. That's it. And then lift your buttocks up and pull the flesh of your buttocks back so that the sitting bones become more apparent. And then if you feel like your knees, the knee skin is being pulled under you, pull the kneecap skin forward. So you have that space around the knees. And your thighs just can be parallel. They don't have to be all the way together. And then some of you might be able to sit down on one blanket. Maybe you can sit down on one blanket. You can sit a little bit lower, okay? Otherwise, some of you can even sit on the floor as long as there's no discomfort to the knees. So eventually you do sit on the floor in this pose. So the toes are back, move the roots of the thighs down. Now interlace your fingers in front of you, turn your palms forwards and go all the way up. Yes, that's it. But move the roots of your thighs down. Grow taller through the sides of your trunk. Pull your wrists upwards. Squeeze your outer upper arms in. This is out, this is in. It should feel like, remember how you're pushing out into the belt? It's almost like you're pulling the fingers apart. That's it. And then look upwards and push the index and the thumb side of your hand further upwards and bring the little finger side of your hand further downwards. And then look forward again. Move the shoulder blades into the back as you take your upper arm bones back. That's it. And then bring your arms out to the sides. And we'll do that again with the reverse interlace. Okay, so interlace the fingers, turn your palms forwards, and then go up. Keep sitting back into the back of the sitting bones. Reach back through the toes. Descend the roots of the thighs. Grow taller and taller through the sides of your trunk. Keep your shoulders right over the hips. Again, look upwards and reach up through the index and the thumb knuckle. Draw the little finger side of your hand down. And then look forward and move your upper arm bones back any amount as you move your shoulder blades into the back. Still seeing some arms that are kind of bending. So straighten the arms. These are your tricep muscles. The arm straightener. They have to press in. And then bring your arms out to the sides and down. And we all love that because as we grow older, this part of the arm gets a little bit loose. So the more you learn to straighten your arm, this part of the arm firms. So it's a nice thing to do for that part of the arm as well. Now reach for your belt, and I'll show from behind. You can just keep the loop in the belt. And we'll bring the right arm, the left arm upwards. You're just holding the loop of the belt this way. So bring your left arm upwards and bring your right arm backwards and then hold on to the belt. Hold on, and so the hands are really wide. Sometimes doing it this way is really nice. It gives you a lot more space and you can get more movement in this right shoulder. So roll the right shoulder back, not so much the right elbow, but the right shoulder. Move the right shoulder blade deeper in. Make sure this left elbow is right over the shoulder and you're pulling this apart. And maybe you can even move your hands back off your body a little bit. You can move the hands back. Yes, and the shoulder blades move in, but just check to see that your abdomen isn't pushing forward. Keep your head right over the tailbone. That's it. And then release, and we'll do the other side. Okay, so bring your belt up, bend your right arm. Make sure the elbow is right over the shoulder. Bring your left arm out to the side, and then hold on to the bottom part of that loop. That's it. And then roll the left shoulder back, move the left shoulder blade in. Make sure that you're not pushing your lumbar spine forward. Keep the left elbow, or the right elbow rather, right over that shoulder. Pull on the belt, and maybe you can even move your hands back a little bit. As you move your shoulder blades in, get the shoulders to move forward. That's it, and then go ahead and release. Very good, let's do that one more time, but now let's do the classic pose. So some of you can hold on to your hands. If you need a belt, put the belt over your left shoulder so that you can just use the belt. If you want to use the loop again, that's completely fine. So go back to the first side. Gomukhasana arms. That's it. Pull your fingers apart or pull the belt apart. Now your hands are closer together. Make sure that your top elbow isn't going out to the side. So there's a tendency for this to happen. Keep that left elbow in. Move your shoulder blades into the back. The other thing that happens is the head kind of gets contorted in all kinds of different shapes. So just Tadasanize your neck and your head. That's it. And then release, and we'll go to the other side. So put this and bring your left arm behind you and your right arm up. Gomukhasana arms. Draw the abdomen back. Move the shoulder blades in. Bring this left shoulder back. Pull your hands apart. Keep reaching that top elbow upwards. So make sure the elbow isn't doing this out to the side. Even if you have to bring the elbow a little bit forward, that's better than out to the side. Yes, better. Shoulder blades in. Very good. And then release. Very good. Let's just bring the arms out to the sides now. And then exhale, turn to the right. When you turn to the right, bring your right hand all the way onto the left side of the blanket. So just use a block there. Make sure that your right fingernails are going backwards. Lift your chin, turn, roll that right shoulder back. Can you still feel that right shoulder blade moving deeper and deeper into your back ribs? Press it in, lift your chin, and then come back to the center. Inhale, and then exhale, roll to the left side. That's it. So as you go to the left side, bring your left hand to the right side of the blankets or use a block. Left fingernails are going back. Roll the left shoulder back and get the left shoulder blade in. Lift your chin. Use your right hand on the outer knee to turn more. And then go ahead and release. Excellent. Okay, now let's stretch out the legs again. And now you really need to push the fronts of the thighs into the backs of the thighs. So just sit on the front of your blankets or sit on the block. Bring your fingertips beside you and reach your heels forward. Spread your toes and firm the kneecaps until you feel the knees sucking down into the leg. This is so healthy for the knees. Very good. Okay, and then release. And we're going to come on to the hands and the knees now. So open up one of your blankets and just have it for the knees and have your two blocks in front of you in this way. So you'll be in this position with your knees on the blankets and your hands on the blocks. And the blocks can be at the medium level or they can be at the higher level. Okay, and then bring your right foot forward so that your right ankle is right under the knee. And then move your left knee back as much as you can, keeping the right ankle right under the knee. Point your back left foot and bring your middle buttocks forward. Press into the blocks and pull the sides of your trunk forward. Even here, can you move your shoulder blades into your back ribs? Look forward and even kind of upwards. Just keep bringing the middle buttocks forward, keep reaching back. So that back foot is kind of like Virasana, the last pose that we just did, isn't it? All of your 5 toenails of that left foot are down. That's it. Now roll the back toes under and then lift up the back knee. And extend from the back of your knee towards your heel. Firm the kneecap like we just did in Tadasana and lift the front of that right thigh up. Keep your outer right hip moving back. Press into the blocks and lift your chest forward. So lunge position. Good, now bring the back knee down and we'll switch sides. So bring the right knee back and bring the left leg forward. Make sure that your left knee is right under the right ankle is right under the left knee. Once you have that, move your right foot further back, your right knee further back, and then let your middle buttocks come forward. Bring the middle buttocks forward. Press the hands down into the blocks. Pull the sides of your trunk forwards. Draw your outer shoulders back. Move your shoulder blades in to the back ribs. Look forward and slightly upwards. Keep bringing the middle buttocks forward. Reach back through those right toes Make sure that all of the toenails are equally down. Now roll the toenails under, lift up the back knee, and extend from the back of your right knee all the way to the right heel. Keep lifting up the front of the right thigh. Yes. Press your hands into the bricks. Pull your side body further forward. Simple lunge pose. That's it. Very good. And now come down. Nice. Okay, and then bring your knees back. Let's move the bricks to the side, and we'll take downward facing dog pose. Now, if you feel better with your hands against a wall, move your mat to a wall. Otherwise, turn your hands out about 45 degrees. Take your feet as wide as the sticky mat, and then lift your knees up into downward facing dog. If it's better for you to have your hands pushing into a wall, take the time, love yourself enough to take the time to move to a wall. And then lift your, make sure, yeah, that's it. Make sure that your feet are at least as wide as the hands, but you can always go wider. In fact, let's all take the feet as wide as the sticky mat for this first downward dog. And raise your heels up, raise your heels up. So press your hands down, straighten your arms. So here's where we need to have those straight arms, right? And move the shoulder blades into your back ribs. The shoulder blades move in to the back ribs so that the effect is that your armpits start to move back to your knees. Your armpits move to the knees. Your armpits move to the knees. Your collarbones move to your shins. That's it. And the shoulder blades really get pressed into the back ribs. Now, you have to keep turning the tops of your upper arms out to do that safely. Otherwise, you'll cause irritation to the inner upper arms. That's it. Now come down onto the knees for a moment. Pause. We'll do that again. That's it. So even here, so right here is the inner upper arm. You see this? Turn that out. The inner upper arm has to turn out. The shoulders have to go back. Maintain that as you go back up into the pose. The inner upper arms have to go out. So that's why it's good to turn the hands out a little bit. Yes. And then lift up your heels. Lift up your heels. Go back into the pose. Lift up your heels. Press your inner hands down. Lock your elbows in. Turn your inner upper arms out. Inhale. And then move your armpits back to your knees. Move your armpits. Connect your armpits to the knees. That's it. Move your collarbones to your shins. That's it. And the shoulder blades move in, but keep turning the tops of the arms out. Now pretend that I'm there and I'm pulling your outer hips backwards. Pull the outer hips way back to get the maximum length on the sides of your trunk. Move your inner thighs backwards as well. And then reach the heels back and down. And make sure that your heels are wider than your toes. Very good. Now come down onto the knees. Bring your big toes to touch. And move your hips to the feet for Adho Mukha Virasana. Knees apart. The knees are apart about as wide as your outer hips so that your inner thighs are connected to your outer ribs. Walk the hands forward. So that's fine. Julie, that's fine. I'm supposing you're dealing with the knee issue there. I'll check. Okay, good. And then come on up, walk your hands back, and let's come to Tadasana. There seem to be, does everyone hear me okay today? Give me a thumbs up. You hear me well? Okay, fine, great, wonderful. So let's come to Tadasana. So stand in the center of your mat. If you can organize it so that you're facing the camera, that's always ideal. So turn your mat sideways, horizontal. Turn your mat horizontally. And then grab one of your blocks and put your blocks up in between your thighs, the medium level this way, all the way up in between the thighs. And have the inner edges of your feet parallel to each other. Bring your hands to the hips. Yeah, if anyone needs to be near to a wall, make sure to organize yourself near to a wall. If you have any balance issues, just have a chair or some kind of railing around you that you can work with. So spread your toes and shift back into the front of your heels. pull up your kneecaps. And now the block helps us become aware. Move your inner thighs back. Move the inner thighs back right here. Move that back. As you do that, as you move the top inner thighs back, the buttocks goes back, doesn't it? So then keep the thighs back, but move the top of the buttocks down towards the heels. Like there was a string pulling my buttocks to my heels, but I'm keeping my inner thighs back. Inner thighs back, top of the buttocks down. That's it, chest up. Inner thighs back, top of the buttocks down, chest up, shoulders back. That's it. Stretch your arms downwards. And remember those arm positions that we did at the very beginning of class? So turn your palms forwards and feel how that helps you get the outer corners of your shoulders back. So the outer corners of the shoulders move back and the shoulder blades move in. Keep the pressing down through your heels. Move the brick back with your inner thighs. Move the top of the buttocks down. Pull your side body and your chest upwards. Now turn your palms all the way out. Turn your palms on. You get even more, don't you? You get that shoulder blades to move in. The outer shoulder blades move back. The inner shoulder blades move in. And then take that and go all the way up with your arms. Go all the way up. Straighten your arms. So move the brick back with your inner thighs. That's the way. Move your buttocks towards your heels. Lift your chest upwards. There's no end. Just look straight forwards. Lift your side body to your arms. Lift beyond your fingers. Pull the back upper neck muscles down. And as you move your upper arms back, move your shoulder blades in so that the armpits open. The armpits start to open up. Yes. Turn your palms outwards and bring your arms out to the sides and down. Very good. Now take the block out from in between your thighs. Okay, and then we'll do, you can stand without the block. Have your feet apart, hip distance apart, exactly as they were with the block. But get your belt, and we'll put the belt on our wrists like we did before. So make sure the inner edges of your feet are parallel. Push your wrists out into that belt. Bring your body weight back into the heels. Pull your kneecaps up. Now, without the block. So we've let go of one prop, but we're adding another prop, right? So see if you can remember what the other block gave us, the information that it gave us, which is to take the inner thighs back and to take the top of the buttocks down and then go all the way up and push out into that belt. Look upwards and make sure that your palms are facing each other. Look forward again. Press your heels down, lengthen the sides of your trunk, and keep moving your arms back, and move your shoulder blades in. Move the buttocks down towards the feet. Down, that's the way. Keep going higher and higher. Nice, Marion, beautiful. Julie, that's it. Very nice. Okay, and then bring your arms forward and down, and put the belt on your body this way. So you have the belt on your wrists behind you. In this position, really check to see, is my shoulder head, this is my shoulder head, is it coming forward? I want my shoulder head to move back. And so that the back of the armpit, it starts to come to the front of the armpit. When the front of the armpit starts to go down, the shoulder rolls forward and all kinds of strange things happen here. It's called kyphosis, a rolling forward of the shoulders. So push out into the belt. Push, break it, and extend through your fingers. Reach through the fingers. Have your palms facing each other at first. Yeah, that's a good idea, Tamar. Turn to the side, everybody, so that I can see you from the side. Those of you who have your cameras on. Good. Yes. And can you see, some of you are, okay, so pause for a moment. So as soon as we did this, as soon as I saw you from the side, you do what I tend to do, which is when you turn to the side, you were like this. Do you guys see that? My buttocks is back. So I've forgotten the action of pulling my buttocks down. I have to pull the buttocks to the heels so that I don't end up here. This is pushing my lumbar spine forward. I have to move the buttocks down. So try it again. Put that belt on your arms with your palms facing each other. Move your body weight back into your heels. Shift back. Pull the kneecaps up. Shift your thighs further back. Thighs further back. Inner thighs back. Estelle, move your thighs way back. Thighs back, thighs back, thighs back. That's it. Top of the buttocks down. That's the way. Push out into the belt and then grow taller through the sides of the chest. Take the top of your shoulders back. Beautiful. Now maintain that and turn your palms forward. Turn your palms forward and feel the difference with your palms forward towards your front body. Thighs back, inner thighs, buttocks down, chest up, outer shoulders back. Now turn your palms all the way outwards. Turn your palms outwards. No, outwards, away from each other. So outwards means away from the body. So turn your palms outwards. It should feel good in your shoulder. If you turn your palms inwards, your shoulders are going to roll forward. So understand the difference for yourself. You're turning the arms the opposite way, Tamar. See if you can feel the difference. Turn the palms all the way out, away from your hips, all the way out. Okay, so come and watch. Come and watch. So some of this is going to be dependent on you understanding the difference. How does that feel in my body? Because if you understand the difference, you won't need me to tell you, right? But if you don't have that sensitivity, then you're going to go wrong. So I'm counting on you to feel the difference between this, doing this. So I asked you to have your palms facing each other and then forward. And then some of you went, when you turned the palms outwards, you went like this. You turn the arms out, which is correct. You are turning the palms outwards, so that's good. But look what happens in my shoulders. Does that feel good? So I'm counting on you to feel the difference. Is that really what I'm looking for? Or am I looking for this? I'm still turning the palms outwards, but look at the difference. Do you see that difference? So you can turn the palms outwards this way and roll the shoulders forward, or you can turn the palms outwards this way and roll the shoulders back. The second one is what we're looking for. Try it again with that in mind. This is so important. Remember, this is about learning sensitivity, awareness. That's what yoga is. It's awareness training. Okay, so stand with your palms facing each other, break the belt, go into your legs first. Make sure that the inner edges of your feet are parallel. Move your thighs back, move your buttocks down. That's it, lift your chest up. Make sure that you're not pushing the lumbar spine forward. Now turn your palms forward, roll your shoulders out. Turn your palms towards your face. That's it. Now, turn your thumbs backwards and turn your palms outwards. Yes, and roll the shoulders back. But look how your abdomen went forward. Look how your thighs went forward. Don't let it happen. Shoulders back, thighs back, palms outwards. Marian, outwards. Your palms are not out. They're in. That's out. Yes, that's it. Yes, there you go. Good. Much better. Shoulder blades in. Okay, and then release. Okay, now once again, bring your feet together and just put the belt down for a moment. We'll do one without the belt and then we'll do it with the belt. So bring your feet together for Utkatasana. Okay, so bring your hands to the hips. Get that same feeling. So once you have that feeling of this shoulder moving back and the shoulder blade moving in, it's such a nice feeling. You can do it anytime you want. You can do it when you're holding the shopping cart at Publix. Some of you don't have Publix, I know, but down here in South Florida, we have Publix. So you can roll the shoulders back. It's such a nice feeling. Then walking through Publix like this is horrible. And it's horrible not just for your body, but for your mind. This is much better. Okay, so bring your hands to the hips, even this. And then bend your knees, bend your knees. So as you bend your knees, lift up your toes and press into your heels. Move your buttocks down. Did your buttocks do this? Did you do this again? Move your buttocks down. Draw the abdomen back, lift your chest up. Good, okay, and then release. Very good. Okay, now let's try it without the belt and then we'll try it with the belt. So extend your arms out to the sides, turn your arms, raise your arms. If this feels too much for you, please do it again with your hands on the hips. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Move your shin bones back, move your buttocks down, draw your abdomen back, lift your chest up, don't look down, look at eye level, arms back, arms straight, Steph, your arms are bending. Very good, and then come on up. So that's why we're going to use the belt. So let's grab the belt again. Because as soon as we come down, this is what happens. We kind of just forget about the arms. The arms are active. So in yoga, the arms and the legs are called the karmendriyas. They're the organs of action. And we use the arms and the legs to extend the spine. And yoga is all about extending the spine to create space. So let's use our arms in a more proficient way. And we get our friend, the belt, to help us. So stand in Tadasana, put the belt on again. This way. Your palms are facing each other and then go up. Break the belt, push out into the belt. Keep your palms facing each other, and even with your thumbs this way, move your thumbs this way so that this part of your arm goes forward. Inhale, and now bend your knees. Go up and down at the same time. Move your body weight into the heels. That's it. Yes, thighs down, buttocks down, eyes at eye level. Go up and down at the same time. These are much better. Good, Stephanie. Bend your knees. Good. And now straighten the knees and come up. Very good. Put the belt to the side, and then get your 2 blocks and have them at the highest level. Have your blocks at the highest level there. Sure where that looks crooked there. And I'm going to show you what I want you to do. Okay, so come and watch. We're going to take triangle pose. So of course we'll start with Tadasana, bring the legs out into Uttita Hasta Padasana, turn the legs, Parsva Hasta Padasana, and then we'll come into Trikonasana. I want everyone to use a block. If the block is too low, have another block under that block. So if the block is too low, have another block under it. But I want everyone to be at least on a high block. And then watch, this hand will come to the hip, and we're going to experiment with turning this arm. So turn the fingernails back or away, and then turn the fingernails back. And you can really feel how this shoulder blade plugs into my back body. And then finally, I'll take the arm up. Okay, so let's try that. So stand in Tadasana. Facing the camera. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. If you're stepping your legs apart, if you're jumping your legs apart, go ahead and jump. Otherwise, step your legs wide apart. Jump or step your legs out. Bring your feet all the way out under your hands. Press your heels down. Pull your kneecaps up. Yes. This is the second pose. Tadasana is the first pose. Now the third pose. Turn your legs to the left. Turn your feet to the right side, So turn the right foot out, turn the left foot in, keep turning this right leg out. Keep your left shoulder back. Now lift up and then reach out. Bring your right hand down to the block at the highest level. If you need more height, put a second block under the first block. Bring your left hand onto the hip. Okay, so left hand to the hip. Left hand to the hip, that's it. No, your block should be on the outside of your shin, Kimberly, the outside of the shin, the little toe side, and directly under the shoulder. That's it. Start with your fingernails forward. You should have a heel to arch alignment. Your right toes are completely turned out. Right toes are completely turned out. Yes. So press your heels down, pull your kneecaps up. Remember, the arms and the legs are the Karmendriyas, right? So turn the inner right leg to the outer right leg. Bring your right buttocks forward. Move your left thigh back. Nice. Marian, you could bring the block a little bit closer under you. Bring your hand closer to your knee. Bring the block and the hand closer to the knee. So it's directly under your shoulder, a straight line. Good. Now with your left hand on the hip, roll the left shoulder back until you feel that left shoulder blade into the back. Good. Now turn your right fingernails backwards, straight to the side or to the side, and turn the head of your right arm back. That's it. See if that feels okay. No, your palm should be flat on the block. Your palm should be flat on the block. If you can't get it flat, you have to put a second block under the first block. You have to put a second block under the first block. That's it. Kimberly, try to take your legs wider apart. Don't let your head go down. Now turn your fingernails backwards towards your left foot. Turn your fingernails backwards. Yes. See, can you see how your arm is forward of your shoulder, Tamar? Bring your arm directly under the shoulder, and the block should be at the highest level. You have the block at the second level. Yeah, so I asked everybody to have it at the highest level. That's the way. Good. Now keep that right shoulder blade in. Roll the left shoulder back. Now lift up your left arm. Yes, that's the way. Good. Press your outer left foot and come up out of the pose. Excellent. Okay, so make sure, watch, come over here. We'll do the second side, but watch. If I don't have my hand flat, I can't do the actions. If I have my fingertips, that's why I asked you to put another block under here and make sure that this arm is right under the shoulder. If it's forward, it doesn't have the same effect. It has to be directly under there. So we'll turn the fingernails to the side, and then we'll turn the fingernails backwards. And I'm just asking you to get these shoulder blades deeper and deeper in to the back ribs before you take this top arm up. Okay, so get ready. Step or jump your legs apart if they're not already. And stand with your feet under your hands. Turn your right foot slightly in. Turn your whole left leg out from the top of the thigh. Press your heels down. Draw the kneecaps up. That's it. And then reach out and bring your left hand down to the brick. Make sure that your palm is flat, completely flat. If it isn't, try taking your right leg further back. If you still can't get it to be flat, put a second brick under your first brick. And then bring your right hand onto the hip. So I don't think your left palm is flat, Kimberly. Is it flat on that brick? Flat, flat. And we haven't turned the hand yet. We haven't turned the hand. Right now, that's it. The fingers are forward. It's 3 different stages. So see if you can become sensitive to the difference of the 3 different stages. Straighten your legs. Yes. Bring your left buttocks forward. Keep your right thigh back. Lift your chest. Good. Now roll your right shoulder back. Right shoulder blade. Good. Now turn your fingernails to the side, to the left side. That's it. And get that. Start to turn the left arm. Make sure that your palm is flat, completely flat on the brick. Flat. Push down into the brick. That's it. Now turn your fingernails backwards towards your right foot. Turn and really turn the top of that arm out. Press that left shoulder blade in and now take your right arm up. These are all better, much better. Shoulder blades in, nice. That's the chest up. Beautiful. Press your outer right foot and come up out of the pose. Well done. Very good. So stand for a moment in Tadasana and see if you can become sensitive to any of that movement in the shoulder joint. You want to feel like your shoulder blades are suction cups. You want to think of that your arm doesn't start here. Your arm starts at your shoulder blade. So your shoulder blades are part of your arms in yoga. Okay? So now we're going to do Vimanasana. So watch. So all of you know the pose. So you've been to the beginners series. So you turn this right leg out and you bend the knee. You come down. So now you can have the brick a little bit lower. Some of you, you'll have to decide. But again, I have 3 positions of my arm. Once I have this knee right over my ankle, the fingernails are forward, and then the fingernails are to the side, and then the fingernails are back. And once they're back, I get that right shoulder blade into my back, and I take my top arm up alongside my ear, and I look up under the armpit. Okay, so let's try that. Get ready. So stand in Tadasana. Bring your hands to the center of the chest. If you're jumping, jump. If you're stepping, step your left leg out first, and then your right leg out second. Bring your feet all the way out under the hands. That's it. Now turn your left foot slightly in. Turn your whole right leg out from the top of the thigh. Don't let your left shoulder come forward. Inhale more deeply. As you exhale, bend your knee. Get your knee right over the ankle. Get your right hip as low, and then reach all the way out. Bring your hand down to your brick, right upside the ankle, with your fingernails and your toenails going the same direction. Bring your left hand onto the hip. Left hand onto the hip. Don't let your head go down. Check and see, is my knee directly over my ankle? Is my right knee or my right toes going straight forwards? This is why the beginner series is so good, Kimberly. The beginner series that we do on Sunday, because we go through all of these minutia details of the poses. Yeah, that's it. So move the right knee back. Yes, straighten the back leg. Some of you can move your left leg further back. Now roll your left shoulder back. Roll the left shoulder way back, roll it back. Left shoulder, that's the top shoulder. Move your right knee back. Now turn your fingernails to the side. Your right fingernails to the side. Yes, and roll that right shoulder back. Some of you are letting your head go down. Doesn't that hurt your neck? So lift your head. Yes, and now turn your fingernails backwards towards your left foot. Turn your fingernails backwards and roll your left ribs back and take the top arm up alongside your ear like an arrow. Yes, and look up under that left underarm. Go down, that's it. Keep rolling that right shoulder blade into the back. Turn your left ribs further back. Nice, you guys. Very good. Lift up your arm and come up out of the pose. Excellent. Turn your right toes forward. Bring your hands to the hips. Deepen your breath. If you need to bring your legs together, that's fine. And then just take them out again. No worries. Okay, so we'll do the other side. Well done. So raise your arms upwards. Go all the way up. That's it. Bring your feet all the way out under the hands. Now turn your right foot slightly in. Turn your left leg all the way out from the top of the thigh. Make sure that those toes are going straight to the side. The kneecap is going straight to the left. Take a deeper inhalation. Keep your right shoulder back. Bend your knee. Get your knee right over the ankle, not prior to the ankle. This is prior, and not post ankle. Directly over, not prior or post. Hip down. Now reach out. Bring your left hand down to the block. Bring your right hand onto the hip. Right hand onto the hip. Yes. Good. So make sure that your left knee is right over your left ankle. Get your left hip as low as your knee if you can manage that. And move your left knee back. Connect your outer left knee to the arm. Straighten your back right leg. Roll your right shoulder back, the top shoulder. Roll it back and press it into the back ribs. Lift your head. Lift your head upwards. Roll the right ribs further back, Sandy. Right ribs further back. Good. Now turn your left fingernails to the side and roll that left shoulder back and your left shoulder blade deeper into the back ribs. Now turn your left fingernails all the way backwards. Turn your left fingernails backwards. You should feel like your shoulder is really rolling back. That's it. Very good. Straighten the back leg and then take the top arm alongside the ear. Yes, and look up under the right armpit. That's it. Keep your outer edge of your right foot reaching through the right fingernails. Beautiful, you guys. That's the way. Now lift up your right arm and come up out of the pose. Excellent. Very good. Put your hands onto a wall. This way at the level of your waist and rest in Uttanasana. A lot of you will stay here. If this is okay for you, you can also bring your hands down to the floor and rest with your hands down to the floor. So one of those two poses, either hands on the wall is easier, hands on the floor, head down is more challenging. So you can use your own judgment, your own sensitivity to see what's best for you and your body today. That's it. But make sure that your hips are right over the ankles. Please have your hands on the floor if your hands are down. Yeah, unsupported is much more challenging to the hamstrings. Straighten the legs. Take your hands wider, Julie, and let your head fall off. Let your head fall off. Yes. It's hard if you're a thinker, which I know you are. If you're a thinker or you use your intellect a lot, it's hard to let your head hang because we don't want to let the head go. Yes, if you're a thinker or use your mind a lot in your work, it's hard to let the head hang. You okay, Marianne? Okay, good. And then walk up to the wall or bring your hands to the hips and come on up. Okay, and let's do Vimanasana. Let's do a shoulder stretch first, get even more clarity of the arm. So be near to a wall, and we're going to stand with the right side of your body to a wall. And then take the right arm up to 12 o'clock. So stand pretty close to the wall. You can have your feet a little bit apart. Have your left hand onto the hip. So this is 12 o'clock or Om o'clock. It's right Om o'clock. I have my Om side there. Okay, so this is great. So especially if you have any irregularities in the spine, it's a great posture to do. Otherwise, go from this 12 o'clock and then bring your right arm back to 9 o'clock. Bring your right arm back to 9 o'clock. So make sure it's right at the level of the shoulder, maybe slightly below, but definitely don't have your hand at 10 o'clock. Yes, good. So move your thighs back. Left hand is on the hip. Move your thighs back, move the buttocks down. So all that work that we did, lift your chest upwards, spread your fingers and press your palm into the wall. Press your right palm, the arm is straight. That's it. And lift the right shoulder up, roll the right shoulder back, and inject that right shoulder blade into the back ribs. So it's the same work. Keep your head back because it tends to jut forward a little bit. So Tamar, can you see that your arm is like at 10 o'clock and it's not at 9 o'clock? That's it. Yes, even a little bit. That's it. Very good. That's the way. Very good. And now release and let's do the other side. Okay, I do this stretch every single morning. I have a whole series of I call them my coffee morning stretches. This is one of them. Okay, so stand with the left side of your body to the wall and then bring your left arm up into 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Have your feet about sitting bone distance apart, maybe a little bit closer together. Your right hand is on the hip. Move your thighs back, remembering that very first Tadasana that we did, right? Inner thighs back, top of the buttocks down. That's it. And now bring your top arm back to 3 o'clock. Bring it back. Yes, a little bit lower, Julie. Make sure it's as high as your shoulder or a little bit lower, but definitely not higher than the shoulder. Good. And if you feel like you're too close to the wall, if you feel too much sensation, then just come a little bit away from the wall. That's fine. So press your heels down, move your thighs back. That's it. Buttocks down. Spread your left fingers and see if you can lift your left shoulder, move your left shoulder back, and get the left shoulder blade to move in. Now move your right ribs back. Some of you will feel some stretch at the top of your left chest. Move your right ribs as far back as your left ribs are. Right hand is on the hip. Don't let your head jut forward. That's the way. Very good. And then go ahead and release. Okay, Vimanasana. So come back to the center. You don't need these blocks for this one. So stand in Tadasana. Bring your hands to the center of the chest and either jump your legs apart or again, step your right leg out and then your left leg out. Good. Okay, now bring your hands to the hips, turn your left foot and your left leg in, turn your right leg out, turn your hips to the right, turn your chest to the right, turn your head to the right. Yes. Good. That's it. Now press the outer, your back foot is turned out about 45 degrees. Keep that, maintain that as you bring your left hip forward. Bring your left hip towards your right foot. Press your inner right foot down, draw your right hip backwards. Draw the right hip back. Yes. Don't let your head go down. Don't let your abdomen go forward. Move your tailbone down and forward. Lift your back ribs up. Just like we did, roll the shoulders back and move the shoulder blades into the back ribs. Lift your chin a little bit. Inhale, and now keeping your back leg straight, bend your front knee to a square. Bring your front knee right over your front ankle. Make sure that your right toes are going straight forwards. Bring your right hip as low as your right knee, if you can do it. Bring your right hip all the way down. Yes, but straighten your back leg. Use your thumbs to move the buttocks down. Move the buttocks down. Lift your chest upwards, bring your left ribs forwards. If there's room where you are, bring your arms out to the sides like an airplane and extend your arms out to the sides. That's it. Move your shoulders back, Stephanie. Shoulders back, shoulders back. That's it. Tailbone forward. Nice, Tamar. Very good. Left ribs forward, right ribs back. Very good. Bring your hands to the hips and straighten the front knee. Turn your right toes forward and we'll do the other side. So turn your right foot in and your right leg in, turn your left leg out, turn your hips, your chest, and your head to the left. Keep your hands on the hips. Bring your elbows back as if you're holding a ball between your elbows. So as the back foot is turned out 45 degrees, press that outer right foot down, but bring your right hip forward towards your left foot. Press your left foot down and draw your left hip back towards your right foot. That's it. Bring your tailbone forward, draw the abdomen back, lift your back ribs up, roll your shoulders back, bring your elbows closer together. That's it. Don't let your abdomen be forward, head back. Bend the front knee to a square. Bring your knee right over the ankle. And if you can do it, bring your left hip as low as the knee. Make sure that your knee is not prior to the ankle, not post ankle, prior or post. That's it. Good. Tailbone forward, straighten the back leg. Shoulder blades in. If you have room there, stretch your arms out to the sides like an airplane. That's it. And reach in opposite directions. Beautiful. But keep the shoulder blades moving in. Go further down with your hips and straighten the back leg even more. Tailbone forward. Beautiful. Straighten the front knee and release. Excellent. Okay. Veerabhadrasana 1. Okay. So let's get our belt once again. So those are the legs. Now we're going to work on the arms for Virabhadrasana 1. Get your belt. Okay, and you can just have it handy. Okay, so step or jump your legs apart. You can take the left leg out and then the right leg out. That's it. So just hold the belt with one hand. Have your hands in the hips. Turn your left leg and your left foot in. Turn your right leg out. Turn. And then once you're there, put the belt on your wrists like we did earlier in the class, with your palms facing each other. Have the buckle of the belt to one side. have the buckle of the belt to one side. That's it. Yes. Make sure the belt is just as wide as your shoulders, unless you have any shoulder sensitivity. And then you can, of course, make it wider. So are your arms straight? Arms are straight. Here you go, Steph. Arms are straight. Good. Raise your arms up. Break the belt. Break the belt. Break the belt. Press the outer edge of your left foot. Bring your left hip forward towards your right foot. That's it. Press your inner right foot down. Draw your right hip back towards your left foot. Break the belt. Keep your shoulders right over the hips. Lift your back ribs. Tailbone forwards. Bend your front knee to a square. So you have to go down and up at the same time, just like we did in Utkatasana. That's it. Yes. Go down and up. Bend the front knee to a square. Bend your front knee. Bring your knee right over the ankle. That's it. But straighten your back leg. Reach up with the belt. Try to break it apart. Very good. Now come on up. That's it. Stay there one more time without the belt. See if you can if the belt is really helping you, keep the belt. Otherwise, one more time without the belt, same side. Raise your arms. Yes. Bend the knee to a square. Bend it. Bring your body weight more into your back leg, Stephanie. Bring your left ribs forward. Yes. More into the back leg. Left ribs forward. Left ribs forward. Arms straight. Beautiful, you guys. That's the way. Straighten the front knee. Turn your right toes forward. Step or jump your legs back together. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so let's try it again. Reach for your belt. We'll do the other side. So step or jump your legs apart. Just holding the belt in your hand. And then turn your right foot and your right leg in. Turn your left leg out. You have a heel to heel alignment for this. If you feel wobbly in your balance, just move your left foot more to the left. Good. Now put your belt on your arms in front of you. And take the belt up. And break it. Straighten your back right leg. Press your outer right foot down. Bring your right hip forward towards your inner left foot. Press your inner left foot down. Draw your left hip back. Pull your buttocks down. We did that at the very beginning. Buttocks down, back ribs up. Back ribs up higher, Estelle. And another way to say that is bring your front ribs into the back ribs. And yes, your arms might have to come forward a little bit. Yes, that's better, Estelle. Beautiful. Now bend the front knee. Bend the front knee. Yes, bend the front knee right over the ankle. Get your left thigh as low as your knee. Straighten your back leg. Nice, Tamar. Bring your right ribs forward. Right ribs forward, left ribs back. Nice. Straighten the front knee. You can continue one more time with the belt, or you can lose the belt. You can see. Good. So lift your arms upwards. Yes. Straighten your back leg, right hip forward. Bend your front knee to a square. Get your left hip as low as the knee. Move the right ribs forward, left ribs back. Keep reaching up. Good choice, Tamar. Very good. That's it. Excellent. And now release. So good, you guys. Okay. So put the belt to the side. Okay. And then we're going to come down now onto the knees. So get your blanket again. And come down onto the knees this way. Now, for Julie, you can't do this, right? You can't be on your knees. Okay, so if you can't be on your knees, I want you to do it. I'll show you in a standing position. I'll show you what we're going to do in a standing position, okay? So everyone else come onto the knees. So you're on your knees. The knees are right under the hips. And then take your right foot out so that your right heel is in line with the front of your left knee. So this is the starting position. Make sure, just like Parsvakonasana, that the ankle is under the knee. Let me see if you can do that. Oh, you can do that. That's fine, Julie. Okay, good. So make sure that your right ankle is right under your right knee and the right heel is in line with the front of your left knee. Yes, good. So of course we know in this position, right, that this leg has to stay stable. Don't let this leg go out. Don't let this leg drop in. It has to stay stabilized. And this buttocks moves down, right? The inner right leg is going to the outer right leg. This buttocks is moving down. Okay, and we're just going to do a little bit of side body opening. So bring your arms out to the sides this way and extend. That's it. Good. Now, bend your right arm and bring your right forearm down onto this thigh with your palm upwards. That's it. Just bring your left hand onto the hip. Press this right forearm down. Move this right shoulder back, just like we were doing earlier in the class. Roll your left shoulder back. That's it. Keep your left thigh right over the ankle and then take your top arm up alongside the ear. And extend. Extend that left side body. But don't let your left hip drop inwards. Make sure that your right palm is upwards. Your right palm so that you can really roll that right shoulder back. Yes. Good. Okay, and then release. Let's do the second side. So especially if you're newer, make sure to always come close to the camera and make sure that you're super clear about what it is that I'm doing. I'm counting on you to do that, to be super clear. Because clarity is love, isn't it? Clarity is love. Whenever there's unclarity, someone is bound to get hurt. So bring the right thigh right over the right knee. Bring the left ankle right under that left knee. So this is the starting position. And your left heel is right in line. And when you come down, I'm asking you to have your arm this way. So the palm is up like you're holding a platter. So you can push down. Okay, so bring your arms out to the sides. That's it. And then bend your left arm, bring it down. Bring your right hand onto the hip. So I'm pushing down so I can roll this left shoulder back. And I'm getting longer through here. Roll the right shoulder back and then take the top arm up alongside the ear. Yes, really close. There you go. Nice, you guys. So take the top arm up alongside the ear. That's it. Really close to the ear and stretch. You're letting your right hip drop inwards, Marian. Your right hip, that's it. Even more. Move your right hip further out. That's the way. Yes, good. And then come down. Good. Go back to the first side. Some of you can go a little bit lower. You can put a block here in front of your right foot. So go back to the first side. And you can go a little bit lower. You can have a block there on the inner foot. So have your left knee directly under your hip. Have the right ankle right under the knee. That's it. Bring your arms out to the sides. Press this outer left shin. The more you press here, the less this is going to happen. If you don't press here, you go here. But if you press this, your inner thigh stays moving out. Now reach out, either come here again, otherwise bring your hand down. Maybe you can even come to the floor on your fingertips. Bring your left hand onto the hip. You have to see. Yes. So with your right arm, move the right knee back, bring your right buttocks forward, roll your left shoulder way back, left shoulder. Don't let your head go down, break that habit, that's it. And then take the top arm up and extend that left side without letting your left hip drop to the right. Keep your inner left thigh lifting. Roll your left ribs back. Roll your right ribs forward and open up the left side of the body. Excellent. And then come on up. Very good, you guys. Okay, we'll do the other side. So this is a variation of a pose called Virasana, the gate latch pose. Okay, so bring your left foot here in line with the front of your right knee. Make sure that your left ankle is under the knee. Bring your arms out to the sides. Keep pressing more weight into your outer right shin. That's it. And then reach out. Maybe you're going to come here again, right? This is easier. Otherwise, maybe you have your hand on a block or you have your hand on the floor. Now, if your left buttocks goes way back, you need a block. You need a block because your left buttocks can't go way back. So you have to move your left buttocks forward and move your left arm back into the knee. Roll your right shoulder way back. Lift your head away from your chest and then take the top arm up alongside the ear. Yes. Keep pressing the outer right shin downwards. Yes. Move your right hip. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. Open up that right side of your body. That's okay, Sandy. Good. And look up under the armpit. Nice, Tamar. Beautiful. And now release. Very, very good. Okay, let's do one more downward facing dog pose. Come onto your hands and your knees and do downward facing dog. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs, lift your hips up and back. If it's better for you to have your hands against a wall, please love yourself enough to do that. Good. Okay, and then come down onto the knees. Okay, and then put a blanket in the center of your mat this way. So I like to use this size of a blanket, one size larger than the shoulder stand size, but any blanket will do. And you don't have to have that, it just creates more padding. Make sure that your belt is handy. And then you come down onto the blanket. Have your belt within reaching distance. Okay, and then just bring your hands alongside your body and you can rest your forehead down. And then once you're here, just lift up your right leg a little bit, like an inch. Extend the inner right leg backwards. Pull your right buttocks towards your heel. And then when you bring your right leg down, come to the middle of the thigh. And then do that same thing with the left leg. Lift the left leg up a little bit. Extend the inner leg way back. Lift your inner leg higher than the outer leg. So when you come down, you're on the center of the left thigh. And then move your buttocks. The feet are pointed like Virasana. Move the buttocks towards the feet. Then press your hands into the floor and just pull your abdominal skin forward. You're not backward bending, you're just pulling it forward so your body becomes more like a cylinder. That's it. Good. Now, bring your forehead down and reach for your belt and put your belt on your wrists with your palms facing each other. If you can't manage that, you can also just lock your thumbs. So put the belt right around your wrists, like we did several times today. So this is the starting position. So keep your feet down. Lift your shoulders up, push out into the belt, and then lift up your head and your chest. But keep your feet down. Push out into that belt. Palms are facing each other. Otherwise, you can just lock your thumbs. The belt is too much trouble. Yes, feet are down. Lift your head and your chest. Pull forward. Pull your whole upper body out of your lower body. Break the belt. The belt is really helpful. If you can use it, and then release. Excellent. Rest. Very good. Okay, let's do that one more time. So push out into the belt, palms are facing each other, but this time now, turn your palms upwards. Turn your palms upwards towards the ceiling. Palms are upwards, but you're still pushing out into the belt. That's it, make sure, and then reach your toes backwards, move your buttocks backwards, lift your shoulders, lift your head and your chest. So it's like you're pulling your arms backwards, pulling your legs backwards, breaking the belt, or pulling on the thumbs. That's it. Top toenails are down. Lift the shoulders. Pull forward. That's the way. And then come down. So this is Shalabhasana. Okay, so take the belt off and let me show the full pose because I think there's a few people who've never seen it. So watch. So once I'm on the center of my thighs, so if the belt is really working for you, continue with the belt. Otherwise, now I come up as if I had the belt. My palms are upwards. And then I lift my legs from my inner legs. So when you're lifting the legs, you want to make sure that you're not doing this with your legs. See how my legs are turning out, cramming my buttocks. You want your inner thighs to lift and the arms are back. Okay, so let's try it. Bring your forehead down. If the belt is really serving you, feel free to work with the belt some more. Otherwise, reach back through the legs, make sure that you're on the center of the thighs, move the buttocks back, arms are straight back alongside your body, arms are straight back alongside your body, palms are upwards. Good, now lift your shoulders, your outer shoulders, lift your head and your chest, nice, that's it, yes. Lift your legs, lift your legs, lift your legs up, straight legs, pull your feet back away from the buttocks, pull the arms back, lower your arms lower, Kimberly, lower your arms lower. That's it. And lift your shoulders more, hand. That's the way. Yes. Dorsal spine in. Beautiful, you guys. Excellent. And now release. Very good. Some of you will continue with that. Others of you, you can interlace your fingers behind your back. You can interlace the fingers behind the back. Okay, so get ready. Thank you, Steph. Otherwise, you can use the belt again, or you can just keep your hands apart. I'm leaving it to you. Reach the toes backwards, buttocks backwards, and then lift your shoulders, lift your chest, lift your head, lift your legs. Pull your knuckles backwards. If you're using the belt, break it apart. Nice. Look forwards. Move that dorsal spine in, tailbone down. Yes, make sure that your legs aren't turning in like I demonstrated. Excellent, and then come down. Beautiful. We'll do it one more time. Those of you interlacing the fingers, reverse the interlace of the fingers. Yes. Good. Get your breath. Reach the toes backwards, inner thighs up, buttocks flesh back. Lift your shoulders, lift your head and your chest, lift your legs from the inner legs. Think of getting longer more than higher. Pull the knuckles back, shoulder blades in, nice Marianne, outer shoulders up. Good, you guys. And now come down. Stephanie, that's excellent. That's a great pose. Very good. Okay. I was going to do a little bit more, but I think that's enough for everybody today. So we'll just come up and we'll do child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch, move your hips back a little bit, and then walk your hands forward. So come back to child's pose after those gentle backward bends. In this position, make sure that your thighs are moving backwards and your abdomen is moving backwards. I can show you with a chair, Julie, if you can't, if that bothers your knees, to move your knees that way. Sit in a chair this way and have blocks for your hands and do Pavamuktasana. This is an alternative to child's pose. So learn this one. If you ever do child's pose, you can't do it, you can do this one instead. Unless you have a way of doing child's pose that really works for you. But I'm just doing it now to release the back. So pull your abdomen back. Almost like your abdomen, the back of your abdomen behind your internal organs is like an inner tube, and the inner tube is filling up your lower back. So fill your lower back up with your own back abdomen. So the hips move back, bring your tailbone down. That's the way. Relax your head. Should be soothing to your back. Nice. That's it. Good. Okay, and then come on up. And then Julie, you can do a chair twist, but otherwise we're going to do Svastikasana. You can do chair twist if that's better for you. Otherwise, sit either on blankets or on the floor. I'll leave that up to you. So I'm just going to sit on one blanket this way. Cross your legs. You can sit on some blankets. And if you're sitting on blankets, sit towards the back of the blankets. And then take a twist to the right. Take a twist to the right side. Draw the thighs down, lift the side body up, turn, and roll. And come back to the center. Inhale, and now twist to the left-hand side. That's it. Spread the elbows, lift the chin, draw around. Good, and then come forward. Some of you might need blocks under your hands. Otherwise, walk your hands all the way forward. Adho Mukha Svastikasana. It should feel, again, nice to the back after those backward extensions. So today, we worked on a little bit of backward bending, but really we worked on shoulder opening and alignment of the pelvis as compared to the shoulders. Because whenever we start to work with the shoulders, the lower back tends to suffer. So you have to have both go hand in hand. That's it. So walk your hands all the way forward. Adho Mukha Svastikasana. Make sure that your shins are crossed right at the center to maximize the release of the outer hips. Just straight forwards, not to the side or anything, just straight forwards. Walk your hands back, switch the cross of your legs. Make sure that you're sitting to the back of the blankets, and then take another twist to the right. So twistings, gentle twists, release us of backward bends. Go to the left. And then come forward with your arms. You're just straight forwards, not to the side or anything, just straight forwards. That's it. Move your hips back, move your thighs down. Lengthen the sides of your trunk. Good. Okay, and then walk your hands back, stretch out your legs. Okay, now the easiest thing is just put your legs up onto a wall, put your legs up onto some folded blankets or a bolster and just rest with your legs up onto the wall. If you know how to do chair shoulder stand and you'd like to do chair shoulder stand, that's fine. If you know how to do regular shoulder stand and you want to do regular shoulder stand, that's also fine. Otherwise, just put your legs up onto the wall, have the bolster a little bit away from the wall, and then just rest your legs up onto the wall. Start with your legs wide, this way, and just bring your arms into any position. So this is the starting point. If you're doing chair shoulder stand and you know what to do, go ahead into that. Please don't do it if you don't know what to do, and otherwise do classic shoulder stand if you know what to do there. Otherwise, just be in this pose for a few breaths. Good, Stephanie, excellent. Legs are wide. If you have space, if you don't have space, don't worry, don't fret it, not that big of a deal. But it helps get your sitting bones further down and the backs of your legs closer to the wall. Good. Arms can be in any comfortable position. Get your hips as close to the wall as you can so that your hips are like, the sitting bones are in that little pocket between the wall and the bolster or the blankets, if possible. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, that may not be completely possible, so don't fret that either. Now, those of you with your legs up the wall, bring your legs together now, Vipariti Karani. Make your two legs, one leg, reach the heels up, move the sitting bones down, move the fronts of the thighs into the backs of the thighs. Take a deeper inhalation. As you exhale, let your hips be supported by that bolster or blankets. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue and your throat. That's it. Estelle, that's great. Walk your hands down a little bit. Bring your middle buttocks forward. Steph, that's really good also. Bring your legs a little bit more towards the windows there. Yes, just a little bit. And lift your chest more. Think of all that. That's it. Remember that work of turning the arms. See if you can walk your hands further down the back legs of that chair, if you can. Yes, that's the way. And if you can do it, try holding onto the crossbar. I don't know if you can reach to that. Don't worry if you can't, Steph. But hold on to the crossbar of that chair. Okay, that's fine. Good. Make sure your arms are in a relaxed position. They can be bent, or you can even have your fingertips on your abdomen. Let go of your jaw. That's for everybody with your legs up onto the wall. Now, those of you with your legs up onto the wall, cross your legs like we do at the very beginning of class. Cross your shin bones. Cross your shin bones, yes. And rest your legs on the wall with your legs crossed. Nice, Julie, beautiful, that's it. You can bring your legs back a little bit more, Julie, towards the bolster. Bring your legs back. There you go, yes, right like that. And just notice how you might be able to breathe better. If you can walk your hands any further down, do that. Good, now those of you with your legs on the bolster, push your feet into the wall, slide outwards until your hips come in front of the bolster now. Bring your hips in front of the bolster, so slide outwards, and then cross your legs the opposite way on top of the bolster. So slide out and then cross your legs the opposite way on top of the bolster. That's it. So slide further out, Kimberly, so your legs can rest on the bolster. Your legs are crossed and rest on the bolster. That's it. Shoulder standers start to come down. Chair folks, you can bring your feet down to the back of the chair and then start to come down out of the pose. Great. And once you're down, shoulder standers take as much time as you need, no hurry, but then prepare for Shavasana. So roll to the side, come to the center of your mat. And you can have some support under the backs of your thighs, near to the buttocks, a bolster or some rolled blankets. You can have a blanket for your head. You can cover your eyes if you'd like to. And then once you're settled down, flow your hips towards your feet, the buttocks flesh towards the feet. Let the legs roll out. Flow your shoulders towards your hands. Turn your palms up. Lengthen the back of the neck. Relax the lower jaw and the tongue away from the upper jaw and the roof of your mouth. Make your lips softly together. Relax the sides of your neck. Draw your eyeballs back away from your eyelids and relax deep inside your eardrums. Soften the skin in between your eyebrows and draw the front of your brain towards the back of your brain. Let your whole front body relax into the back body. Loosen your bones, your muscles, your joints, and your skin, and let go. Bring your hands onto your body and start to deepen your breath. Bend your knees and roll to your side. And then come on up to sit in a position that feels good to you. With your spine tall and your chest open and your palms upwards. The backward bends are what give us this feeling of the chest being voluminous, and then we just allow the head to move into the heart. Bring your hands to your heart center. Lift your chest upwards. Bow your head to your heart, deeply acknowledging yourself for making the effort to practice today. Namaste. Peace and blessings to you all. Have a glorious, glorious Tuesday.